Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn a new lesson in geography, that is mineral and power resources. Well, we all know that the extraction of mineral resources from the earth is like robbing the earth of its mineral resources. But now we cannot imagine our day-to-day life without these minerals. Yes, these minerals are very important in today's time, as you know that the present age is known as Iron Age. Today, the nations are driven by the desire to become industrially and technologically advanced, and for that they need minerals and power resources. These natural resources provide the basis for industrial development of a country and thus improve the standard of living of its people. In this lesson, we will take a close look at these resources and their development. So let's get started. So first we have the topic minerals. What are minerals? They are natural substances having definite chemical composition and physical properties. Basically, they are extracted from Earth's crust by the process of mining, and after extraction the impurities will be removed, and then we will get two types of minerals, that is metallic minerals or non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals contain metal in raw form, for example iron, copper, gold, silver, etc. Whereas non-metallic minerals do not contain any metal, example coal, sulfur, mica, petroleum, etc. The first topic here is iron. Iron is the fourth most abundant element in the Earth's crust. It is widely used all over the world for making machinery for industries. Russia is the leading producer of iron ore in the world. Although about half of the world's iron is found in China, even India has large reserves of good quality iron ore, but we need to improve our methods of mining for better results. Then the next metal is copper. Copper is very important metal because of its high conductivity. It is largely used in electrical industry for transmission of electricity and for making electrical appliances. Chile is the largest producer of copper. Then the next topic is gold. Gold is a precious metal used for making ornaments, that is jewelry, and other items of luxury. Gold has always been valued as it is also a medium for foreign trade. Today, the international monetary system is backed by gold. The largest producer of gold is South Africa. Next topic is bauxite. Aluminium is extracted from its ore called bauxite. This metal is light in weight and is preferred to iron in many uses. The aircraft industry is a big user of aluminium. Other industries that use aluminium are electrical and coin minting. The major producer of bauxite are France, Australia and USA. Then the next topic is manganese. This mineral is used to make alloys. The steel and textile industries are the two largest users of this metal. Russia again is the main producer, followed by South Africa and Australia. Then we have a new topic, that is power resources. Here we will learn about coal, petroleum, natural gas and other power resources. So here we have the first topic, that is coal. Coal is used not only to produce steam power but also to generate electricity. Coal is sedimentary rock which is formed from the remains of decayed plants and trees. USA is the leading producer of coal in the world. Next topic is petroleum. Petroleum is a greenish or brownish colored liquid found in porous sedimentary rocks in the earth. In modern times, petroleum has emerged as most important source of energy. It is used in driving automobiles. Most of the oil reserves are located in offshore areas. The major producers are Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Russia, USA, and Venezuela. These countries supply over 90% of the world oil. In India, oil was first found in Assam, but the oil reserves of Assam have almost depleted. Gujarat and Maharashtra are the major contributors because of their location. Gulf of Khambat and Mumbai High, an offshore area in the Arabian Sea, are major oil producers in India. So, petroleum is a very useful resource for running of automobiles. One important fact about petroleum is that it is obtained in its crude form, and then it is got refined in oil refineries, and several oil products like gasoline, petrol, kerosene, diesel, Vaseline, etc. are made from it. Then the next topic is natural gas. Natural gas is found along with petroleum. One of the main sources of natural gas is the relatively shallow stretch in the North Sea from Lincolnshire to the Netherlands. Gas is basically transported over great distances by pipelines. Its byproducts are used in the agricultural and industrial sectors. Now the next topic is solar energy. The energy which we get from sun is known as solar energy. We have abundance of it on our earth. According to an estimate, the solar energy of 10 weeks is roughly equivalent to the energy stored in all known reserves of coal, oil, and natural gas. It is most widely available besides being an inexhaustible source of energy. Many countries use this energy for cooking, heating, and other domestic purposes. Then the next topic is wind energy. Wind energy or wind power is like solar power, has evolved over a long period of time. Wind has propelled ships as well as driven windmills to grind grain or pump water. Wind has been used to generate electricity too. From grinding to generating power for agricultural purposes, windmills have been in use for many decades. Then the next topic is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is heat generated by the natural processes and is found beneath the earth's surface. It is useful conversion of natural heat from the earth's interior. It was first developed in Italy. Today, more than 20 countries are producing this energy. Iceland is an example where geothermal power is tapped in an efficient manner. Now the next topic is nuclear energy. It is the energy contained in the nucleus of an atom. The disintegration of radioactive elements like uranium and thorium release nuclear energy. USA and countries of Europe are the greatest producers of the nuclear power. However, leading countries are halting their expansion due to the environmental safety records. But at present, about 30 countries in the world are producing nuclear energy. Now the last topic is hydroelectricity. Water power is generated by the force of falling water in hydroelectric power stations. This can be transported by transmission line. Developed countries like Norway, Switzerland, Canada, USA, etc. have harnessed their water resources successfully. In India, hydroelectricity is being generated by several hydel power plants. Bhakra Nangal, Hirakud, Nagarjun Sagar, Koyana, etc. are some of the famous projects which has created or produced hydroelectricity. So, that's all for today. I hope the chapter is clear to you. Thank you, students.